collapsing along the Gaza border this morning, with military leaders declaring themselves ready to launch a ground invasion. The Gaza conflict has escalated following the assassination of senior Hamas leader Nizar Ayyan, who was killed when his home was hit by an Israeli bomb. Richard Gaisford is in the Israeli town of Sderot, which has been targeted by Gazan rockets in the last few days. He's sent us this report.
Well, Sderot is the town closest to the Gaza border on the Israeli side. It's been under constant attack for the last 8 years, although those rockets really have stepped up a pace. 50 were fired into southern Israel yesterday, and people here really living in fear, spending a lot of time in bomb shelters like the one behind me, being told to stay indoors where possible. Schools are shut, businesses have been closed down until all this stops, and it doesn't look like it will stop anytime soon. This morning we've seen at least 7 rockets fired out of Gaza. They've hit a neighbouring town, Ashkelon, just up the road from where we're standing here. And the Israelis, well, their airstrikes continue too. Heavy bombing and explosions heard in Gaza as well this morning. The Israelis say they're targeting Hamas leaders now, and you can see the headline here on the paper. Nizar Ayyan, the man in the picture there in the frame, a leader of Hamas, was killed yesterday. The Israelis buoyed by this. He was a man who sent his own son into Israel as a suicide bomber. And with security in mind, the Israelis are now shutting for the next few days all of the borders from the Palestinian territories into Israel itself. It's Friday prayers, a time of some tension here, and the Israelis really worried about the possible actions of suicide bombers.
Within the last hour, it's been announced a British soldier from the 6th Battalion, the Rifles, has been killed in an explosion in southern Afghanistan. The Ministry of Defence says it happened in the Garmsir district of Helmand Province on New Year's Day. Next of kin have been informed. He's the 138th British serviceman to die in Afghanistan since the start of operations there. Hundreds of thousands of tonnes of unwanted recycling is being stockpiled as contractors struggle to sell off used cans, newspapers and cardboard collected from households. Experts estimate that up to 15% of all recycling is now being stored in warehouses and ports, waiting for a buyer. Elaine Wilcox is at the Green Cycle recycling plant in Durham this morning. Morning, Elaine. How bad exactly is that stockpile there?
Have you still got talk back?
I'm sorry, we seem to have a small problem there. Police in Thailand are still investigating the cause of a fire at a Bangkok nightclub that killed 59 people. More than 200 people, including at least 4 Britons, were injured in the fire at the Santika club. It's thought firecrackers and sparklers used inside the club may have been the cause of the blaze. A mother has released a picture of her critically injured daughter to shame the hit-and-run driver who crashed into her into giving himself up. 15-year-old Rebecca Jones was waiting at a bus stop with friends in Stainforth near Doncaster when she was hit by a green Vauxhall Vectra. She's being treated for serious head injuries at Sheffield Children's Hospital. Nationwide, Britain's biggest building society has said it will not pass on any further cuts to the Bank of England base rate to customers with tracker mortgages. The decision will affect the building society's 200,000 customers with tracker mortgages. The Bank of England is expected to once again cut interest rates on Thursday. Tougher penalties for using a mobile phone while driving, introduced in 2007, have had little effect. That's according to a new survey which claims that 93% of people had seen others using a phone at the wheel. More than a third of people polled by What Car magazine admit to making or receiving a call while driving. Rail fares are going up as of today by an average of 6%, well above the current level of inflation. Passenger groups have criticised the fare increases, saying the hikes could price poorer travellers off the trains. They also said the increase in prices does not reflect the standard of service the customer receives. A supplement made from grape seeds can destroy leukemia cells, scientists have discovered. In experiments, commercially available grape seed extract forced the cancer cells to die. Within just 1 day, more than 3/4 of leukemia cells exposed to the extract died through a process of natural self-destruction. Healthy cells were unharmed. Security chiefs have launched an investigation after plans of the Queen's official Scottish residence were found near a footpath. The drawings of the Palace of Holyrood House show details of the royal mews in front of the palace. The architect's drawings were discovered under a bush on a path in Roseburn in Edinburgh. And on the website this morning, with the time for taking down Christmas decorations almost upon us, find out how to get the new year off to a green start. What are your New Year's resolutions, and have you ever stuck to one? Email us and let us know. And if you've been missing Lorraine, why not read our question and answer session with her? All that and more at GM.TV. The opening shots have been fired in a New Year's supermarket price war, with financial experts predicting more tough times ahead in 2009. Asda's announced it's cutting the price of thousands of products to just £1. Tesco, Sainsbury's and Morrison's are all said to be preparing their own big discounts. It's 7:08 now. Here's what's happening where you are this morning.
Thanks, Marcella. Good morning. The main stories here in the northwest. A Royal Marine from Wigan has been killed in Afghanistan. Corporal Liam Elms died in an explosion while on patrol in southern Helmand on New Year's Eve. He was 26 and was engaged to be married. His family say he was a true man's man and will always be missed. More than 19,000 people have signed up to an appeal to find a donor for a baby from Bury who desperately needs a double organ transplant. We first featured the plight of Ethan Collins on Granada Reports in November last year. Since then, thousands more people have registered on a special page on the social network site Facebook. The one-year-old has spent virtually all his life in hospital. The families of 12 people killed when a coach from Manchester was blown up on a motorway have won a battle for a new memorial. The coach carrying soldiers to their army base in North Yorkshire was targeted in 1974. It's thought the IRA was to blame. A plaque was erected at a nearby service station, but has been hidden by goods from the nearby shops. Now it will be relocated outside the building and a tree planted.
I think it'll make a huge difference because all the families I've spoken to have said, you know, you need somewhere quiet that's more peaceful, you know, so you can collect your thoughts and, you know, I don't want it forgotten.
Well, on to sport now, and 7,000 Barrow fans will be heading to the northeast this weekend for the biggest game in the club's history. The non-league team face Premiership side Middlesbrough in the third round of the FA Cup, and the club is hoping the huge support will be rewarded with a famous victory.
The supporters are brilliant, you know. I think it's just reward for all them ones who went to Eastbourne, you know, in the first round of the FA Cup, and obviously we've got supporters who are just coming for the day out, but hopefully we can keep hold of some of them and he can watch on a more regular basis.
Best of luck to Barrow, and if you are a Barrow fan heading to Middlesbrough, we want you to send us your pictures of your day. You can send them by email to granada.reports@itv.com or text your pictures starting with the word Granada and then your message to 63332, and we'll show a selection on Granada Reports on Monday nights. Well, that's it for now. I'm back just after 8. In a moment, we'll return to Andrew and Kate, but first, a look at the region's weather.
GMTV weather is brought to you by new Olbus menthol lozenges. Breathe easy, whatever the weather.
Well, coastal areas should see some sunny intervals this morning, but it will be cloudier inland with a chance of some light snow over the hills this afternoon. A brighter afternoon is likely with some sunny spells, but it will stay chilly with highs locally up to 5 degrees Celsius.
Good morning, 7:11 is the time. If something's not done about the way our children live, 90% of them will be obese by the year 2050. Now, that's according to government figures, and that's why a healthy living campaign is being launched today. Let's find out more about it with Vanessa Cutterford.
9 out of 10 of our kids would grow up to have dangerous amounts of fat build-up in their bodies.
A new advert to help kickstart a healthy new year for every family in the country. The campaign cost £8 million, but it's money well spent, says the government. The Change for Life campaign aims to revolutionise our lifestyles. Trained advisors will offer people information on nutrition and exercise.
The sad fact is that if we don't do something, our children are going to die earlier than we do, and no parent wants to see that.
Brands like Kellogg's, Cadbury's and Coca-Cola are all backing the campaign, putting across a healthy living message, but that gives off mixed messages, say critics, because these are just the kind of foods that we're supposed to be eating less. Obesity experts say it'd be better for the government to regulate unhealthy food and ban junk food advertising before the watershed. So far, there are no plans to do that. Instead, these adverts encourage us to make the right choices ourselves.
Let's find out even more now from Health Minister Ben Bradshaw. Good morning to
Morning,
you.
Andrew.
I see from your research that poorer families think healthy living is something for the middle classes, that it doesn't affect them. What are you going to do about that?
Well, you're right. One of the most shocking things we found out in the research in the run-up to this campaign was that of those parents who have obese children, only about 10% recognise the fact. So there's a lot of denial, but it's not just poorer families we're talking about. You've got the kind of 4x4 families who pile the kids in the vehicle, take them to school, take them to the local shops when they could walk. So this is a cross-societal campaign, not just for poor people.
But it is true, isn't it, that veggies and fruit are so expensive now and the price seems to be going up. I mean, you can eat terrible food cheaper.
Well, prices were higher last year, actually. Prices have come down recently, all commodity prices have, but it's not true to say that healthy food is necessarily more expensive. I think all of us know if you take a little bit more time, a little bit more trouble, you can eat healthily, buy healthy food, and it doesn't have to break the bank.
How many schemes do we need before the blindingly obvious is sort of recognised by people? I mean, if you take in more than you put out, you'll put weight on.
Absolutely. I mean, for a lot of us, this is common sense, but as I said a moment or two ago, that quite a lot of people are in denial about it, and also quite a lot of people find the small steps that you can take to help actually quite difficult to do. Very small little ones like walking a bit more, cycling a bit more, eating a bit less, just being more active. But this is part of a much broader campaign, not just this publicity campaign which we're launching today, but the work we're doing in schools with healthy food, more sport, more cycling, more walking, across governmental and cross society. Revolution in the way that we live our lives.
But the trouble is, I mean, the way we live our lives now is so different from 25 or 30 years ago when we were growing up. I mean, kids definitely less active now. I mean, we notice it. Some of that is security. We don't want them on the road cycling. We don't want them walking to school. We feel that there is threat. But there is temptation absolutely everywhere, isn't there? I mean, if you go into a corner shop or a petrol station or supermarket at eye level for children, there's just this sugar-laden stuff everywhere.
There is, and that's why I think, picking up one of the points your film made, it's really important that we work with the food industry, with the supermarkets. I think it's very significant that the corner shops, the convenience stores that are often on some of the poorest estates are going to be part of this campaign with the Change for Life logo in their stores. So we're reaching all of those groups that we think we need to reach.
But I think some people will find it a bit ironic that some of your partners in this are the likes of, and we could name many more, but Cadbury's, Coca-Cola, Kellogg's, Nestle. I mean, many people would associate those names with the sort of food that we're trying to get children and families to avoid.
They would, but you can either work with the food industry and with the supermarkets, or you can work against them. We've made good progress on things like labelling, on salt content. We're making good progress on fat content, and we think that by using the power that the supermarkets and the food industry has to reach the public, that can help us working together to solve this problem.
Tam Fry, who was on earlier on from the Child Obesity Forum, thinks that there's not enough money around, and he thinks that these companies are joining with you, perhaps, to buy a little bit of influence so that you don't legislate against these companies and say you will put in less sugar, you will reduce.
Tad always says that. I think that's too cynical. We've made clear that if this doesn't work, and we've got a 3-year campaign here, if we don't make significant progress, we haven't ruled out further regulation, but we are making progress working with the supermarkets and food industry, and we want to give that a chance before we resort to legislation.
How much money is £75 million over 3 years, really?
Well, it's a significant amount. This is probably one of the biggest public health campaigns we've had for many, many years. Some people say it's too much in the current economic climate, but if you think that, as you said in your film, this could cost us £50 billion. That's half the total budget of the health service if we don't get a handle on it by 2050. It's already costing us £16 billion. That is not a huge amount of money to
So where will people see this first, Ben? Where will they see this campaign?
On TV, in their GP surgeries, in their local newspapers, in supermarkets, convenience stores from tomorrow.
OK, Ben Bradshaw, thank you very much indeed for coming in this morning.
Pleasure.
Now, the main headlines you're waking up to this morning, as we've just been hearing, a new government advertising campaign is being launched today to stop millions more children from becoming obese. Experts say by 2050, 90% of today's children will be overweight if it's not stopped. Israeli forces are massing along the Gaza border this morning, with military leaders declaring themselves ready to launch a ground invasion. And today's weather, patchy rain and snow across eastern parts will peter out this morning to leave most parts bright with some sunshine. Temperatures reaching 5 Celsius, that's 41 degrees Fahrenheit in parts of the south and the west.
OK, let's have a look at the competition. question this morning. You could be £5,000 richer if you can guess the famous namesake of the person Cheggers is meeting today, and here are the details.
The name's Cheggers, Keith Cheggers. I'm here with the girls who've got a massive
£5,000.
We're playing the name game. Up this path lies a man who shares his name with a really big, famous film star. Can you guess who it is? Hello, sir. Come out here. OK, give me your clues. Clue number 1.
I was created by Ian Fleming.
Clue number 2.
I get my clothes tailor-made.
And clue number 3.
I like my drink shaken, but not stirred.
He's been played by Pierce Brosnan, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig. Who could it possibly be? Your chance to win £5,000. Here come the details.
This fictional character is also known as 007. Is it A, Simon Templar, B, Jason Bourne, C, James Bond? To enter, call 090 49 59 6000. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher and from mobiles considerably more. Or you can enter by text. Just text your answer A, B or C to 64499. Text costs £1 plus one standard network rate message. All entrants must be 18 or over and lines close at midday today. Free entry at gm.tv closes in no less than 3 working days. Entries made after closing time won't be counted but may still be charged. You'll find competition terms and conditions plus winners at gm.tv/terms.
Good luck with that. Winner can be found on the website gm.tv as normal.
So, big question, have you made any New Year resolutions? And if you have, do you think there's any chance of you sticking with them?
Well, it's normally non-smoking, but whether or not I can do it, I don't know. I'm going to have a go.
I often make New Year's resolutions, but I only stick to them for about 2 months.
It's normally to give up
Yeah, I
smoking.
suggest it's maybe happened once or twice before.
Yeah, what is
I'm
your-
very good at giving up smoking. I do it every year.
What's your record for keeping a resolution? Hours, days, a week or 2? Who knows?
OK, we want to know whether you've ever managed to do it, what sort of resolutions you may have made this year, how you're planning to stick to them, and any tips. Text us on 67890. Text costs 25 pence plus your standard network charge. Full terms can be found at gm.tv/terms.
Right, after the break, big bucks being flashed as the football transfer window opens. But what's it like being at the centre of all that wheeling and dealing? We'll be talking to a female football agent after this.
Welcome to my Super Body Workout.
Fantastic routines designed to work out your whole body. Davina's Super Body Workout, out now on DVD.
When I'm with you, baby, I go out of my head. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. All the things you do to me and everything you said. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. We slip and slide as we fall in love, and I just can't seem to get enough of you.
The Sun. All this for just 30p.
Right now at Sainsbury's, Butcher's Choice Bacon is half price. How can you resist that?
Your body's very clever. It always knows which different vitamins and minerals you need. So when you need extra support, Centrum is cleverly balanced to be complete from A to zinc. So your body can put Centrum to work in the way that's best for you. Clever you. Clever Centrum.
For back pain, now there's something that's as effective as taking 6 ibuprofen tablets. One Thermacare heat wrap can relieve your pain throughout the whole day, so you can get on with your day. Thermacare heat wraps, like taking a holiday from your back pain.
This new year, take advantage of incredible half-price offers on these selected JML products at Boots. Get Radiance Revitalising Eye Patches and help visibly reduce the appearance of wrinkles. Now half-price at $4.99. Plus, get Tribod, the portable massager with LED mood lights, also half-price for just $4.99. Make sure you don't miss out. Visit Boots today for great JML products at great value prices.
Yes, I'm sitting in it now. Fantastic. Arrived on time in the morning, cleaned up every night. It was, well,
You're glad I gave you the name then.
Anglian Home Improvements. People are happy to recommend us. And here's a New Year saving worth talking about. There's up to 30% off our conservatory range. Call us now on 0800 500 600.
Every year, we make it possible for over 2 million people to share a fun family holiday. A lot of holiday from as little as £9.50 with The Sun. Offer starts Saturday.
Clubland presents the Essential Workout DVD with killer dance routines and the fiercest tunes. Come on, let's work it out. DVD out now.
Another day, another way for me to open up to you. Hey, hey.
So it's the time of year when the world of football goes mad with speculation and cash. It's the 1 month transfer window. Your guess is as good as mine. Fortunately, however, football agent Rachel Anderson is here to tell us all about it. I'm one of those really dreadful people that sets women back about 50 years because I know nothing about football. You, however, first female football agent.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yes, it has been. It's been exciting every year, actually. Even though I was only going to do it for 1 year. 18
Right.
years later, I'm still doing it, so quite addictive.
As a football agent, this is a very busy month for you. Tell me what this 1 month transfer window means.
Well, FIFA in their wisdom decided that they would just have two times a year that you could transfer players. And that starts on the 1st of January and finishes roughly 1 month later, depending on the day. And
so
that's the only
is
time.
it sort of like a massive January sale?
More of a January borrow, actually.
Okay.
I think it'll be this year.
Right, so what does that mean then?
Well, you can loan players. A lot of clubs are finding it hard with the wage bill.
Right, so they bought them,
yes,
they own them, but they're going to loan them to somebody else and then they'll pay their wages for that time.
Yes, that's the idea. Especially, you know, some clubs have enormous squads and you can only play sort of 10 or 20 of those, 11 or 20 of those each game.
So for you as an agent, is it basically just about getting the most money you can for your players?
The answer is yes. You try and get the best deal you can. It's not always about the money, although that is very important. It is about making sure that they're playing, because you have a very unhappy bunny if they're not playing, no matter how much they earn.
Right, so they go and get a big salary but then sit on a bench and it doesn't work.
They hate it.
Yeah.
They'll tolerate it for a week or two, but...
And for the point of view of the clubs, is it all about money for them too, that the clubs with the most money will buy the best players? Is it that brutally simple?
Well, they'll pay the most money. Whether they get the best players every time is another matter.
What does that mean?
Well, they've got more money, so therefore they'll pay prices for players that perhaps they wouldn't do, other clubs wouldn't do. They're not always the best players, although cream does rise, of course. But sometimes I think it's a bit of a disadvantage if you've got unlimited funds.
How many English-owned clubs or British-owned clubs are there now? Is it all foreign ownership like Manchester City?
Because that's a large proportion of them are foreign-owned or part-owned. But
they've got the money, I guess.
Exactly.
I mean, John Stapleton, of course, massive Manchester City fan, is so delighted because they've got all this cash behind them now. Multi-billionaire sheikh bought the club last summer. Are they the richest club now?
Oh, yes.
So is everyone knocking
So
on their
are they
door?
now going to be number one? Is it going to be brilliant for them, or is it not?
We're not going to be number one for a couple of seasons.
Right.
Because they've got to stay in the Premiership, which I'm sure they will do. And then they've got to do well next season and then do well in Europe. It's a long-term plan. They can't do it overnight, as much as they'd like to. Staying in the Premiership is the most important thing there.
New Year's resolutions.
Oh.
Sorry, darling.
No, carry on. It's good.
New Year's resolutions, Rach. Anything?
Not to make one. If
No.
I'm not going to make one, then I can't break it, because I do break them.
And what's your aim for this month?
To make all my players happy.
Right.
And to have world peace.
To lose a couple of stone.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
You know,
What else?
turn back the clock 10 years. Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay.
Apart from that, not much.
They don't last.
That sounds fine. That sounds fine.
Too long, usually. James in County Durham. I went on a diet at 12 a.m. January the 1st. By 8 p.m. I had a takeaway, a pint and a bar of chocolate. Is it too late to restart? You've got to wait till next year, James.
Well, it may not be a bad thing, you know, because one charity is saying that New Year's resolutions actually put an incredible strain on us all and are bad for our mental health, even if they are quite good for our physical health. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later on. She might be happier for it. You never know.
Indeed.
Thanks very much.
Now, where is Claire this morning? I saw her coat. It's absolutely beautiful. You'll enjoy it after this.
GMTV weather, sponsored by Nestlé Shredded Wheat. Shredded wheat and hot milk. They're a perfect winter warm-up.
Hello everyone, yes, I'm in central London this morning. Behind me you can just about see a Big Ben. It's still dark here. The nights are now getting shorter, but very, very slowly, and certainly temperatures have plummeted again last night. The lowest temperature during the festive season was -12°C up in Aviemore, and tonight, that's the night coming into Saturday morning, going to be even colder than the early hours of this morning. There's a lot of cloud generally across the country this morning. We are seeing a weak weather front across eastern areas of Scotland. That's sinking its way southwards, bringing with it some patchy light rain and some sleet and also some snow. So a wintry mix here, never really amounting to very much. On the other side of the country, in the west, and particularly Wales and the Midlands, we're seeing some clear skies this morning and some ice on untreated roads. Now, through the day, this area of cloud will move away from the east across to the southwest, across to Wales, the West Country and the Midlands. It does mean for Northern Ireland and Scotland in particular this morning, you should see some brighter skies. And through the afternoon, some sunshine will emerge across eastern areas of England down towards the southeast, as well as perhaps even the East Midlands. And the West Country may see some brighter skies as well. But in between, that cloud will, I'd say, stick around, but the rain season so will fizzle out. So not a lot of weather around today, but certainly the temperatures are significant. It's still very cold outside. Values coming in at the very best, probably 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. Now tonight, that weather front will die out completely, leaving clear skies across many parts of the country. The good news for tomorrow, most of us seeing some sunshine. The bad news, though, sadly, temperatures will be very cold indeed. Some places not arriving into, I'd say, positive figures, so struggling around -1 to 0. So a very cold day on the cards. And then on Sunday, more sunshine for England and Wales. And then for Scotland and Northern Ireland, we see a weak weather front move in again. And again, I think temperatures could be slightly high here, lower in the south. Next week's remaining cold. Here's your summary. For your local weekend weather, visit our website, gm.tv.
So quite a nice way to start the year. Let's get the news now. Here's Marcella.
Thanks, Kate. Good morning. A major new campaign involving the government, food companies and supermarkets is being launched today to stop millions more children from becoming obese. It's thought that unless urgent action's taken, 90% of today's children will be overweight or obese adults by 2050. Experts say the Change for Life campaign should do more to tackle the food industry, but the government says it's a wide-ranging scheme that plans to revolutionise lifestyles.
We've made clear that if this doesn't work, and we've got a 3-year campaign here, if we don't make significant progress, we haven't ruled out further regulation, but we are making progress working with the supermarkets and food industry, and we want to give that a chance before we resort to legislation.
Fresh rocket attacks are being reported over Gaza this morning as Israeli military leaders declare themselves ready to launch a ground invasion. 400 people are now dead and 1,700 have been injured. Hospitals are struggling to cope. Many believe this is just the beginning of a battle which could become bloodier still. There are also fears today that Israel's nuclear reactor could be in danger as Palestinian rocket attacks reach deeper into the country. It's been announced this morning that a British soldier from the 6th Battalion, the Rifles, has been killed in an explosion in southern Afghanistan. The Ministry of Defence says it happened in the Garmsir district of Helmand Province on New Year's Day. Next of kin have been informed. He's the 138th British serviceman to die in Afghanistan since the start of operations there. Police in Thailand are still investigating the cause of a fire at a Bangkok nightclub that killed 59 people. More than 200 people, including at least 4 Britons, were injured in the fire at the Santika club. It's thought firecrackers and sparklers used inside the club may have been the cause of the blaze. A mother has released a picture of her critically injured daughter to shame the hit-and-run driver who crashed into her into giving himself up. 15-year-old Rebecca Jones was waiting at a bus stop with friends in Stainforth near Doncaster when she was hit by a green Vauxhall Vectra. She's being treated for serious head injuries at Sheffield Children's Hospital. Rail fares are going up as of today by an average of 6%, well above the current level of inflation. Passenger groups have criticised the fare increases, saying the hikes could price poorer travellers off the trains. They also said the increase in prices doesn't reflect the standard of service the customer receives. Hundreds of thousands of tonnes of unwanted recycling is being stockpiled as contractors struggle to sell off the collected waste. Mountains of used cans, newspapers and cardboard are clogging up warehouses, waiting to be processed. Experts estimate that up to 15% of all recycling is now being stored, waiting for a buyer. Nationwide, Britain's biggest building society has said it will not pass on any further cuts to the Bank of England base rate to customers with tracker mortgages. The decision will affect the building society's 200,000 customers with tracker mortgages. The Bank of England is expected to once again cut interest rates on Thursday. A supplement made from grape seeds can destroy leukemia cells, scientists have discovered. In experiments, commercially available grapeseed extract forced the cancer cells to die. Within just one day, more than 3/4 of leukemia cells exposed to the extract died through a process of natural self-destruction. Healthy cells were unharmed. Back to Kate and Andrew at 7:34.
Thank you very much. That is amazing.
It's amazing
It
news,
is actually,
very
when you sort of look
positive,
at the
yeah.
detail. Actually, going through the news, it does make you think about these resolutions, doesn't it? I
Does,
mean,
doesn't
just,
it?
you know, live every day and all that sort of
Be
stuff. I'm sort of getting in the
positive
spirit
and-
of it now.
Yeah, no, you're right, you're right.
We like
There's
this
a lot
one,
of
don't we?
stuff out there.
Angela Proudlock from
Yeah.
Portsmouth. Last year's resolution was to go out for a meal and a few drinks with my husband every few weeks. A resolution kept and enjoyed.
It's a
I quite
nice
like
one
that
to do. That's
Yeah.
a very positive thing to make time for each other.
Upbeat. Let's try
Upbeat.
that.
Tell us about your New Year's resolutions, if you've ever managed to keep any at all. Any tips for doing so? Email us at gm.tv.
And after 8, we'll meet a viewer who vowed to lose weight and did so. Done incredibly well, so that's good news.
But after the break, we're going to be giving you a taste of Italy as Priya hits the stunning Amalfi Coast.
Join me, Denise Van Outen, in my Pure Dance workout. There are 4 dances to learn: funky pop, voguing, lyrical jazz and hip-hop, all set to fantastic music. Each routine gives you an all-over body workout. They're really fun and easy to do, so anyone can pick them up. Pure Dance Workout on DVD now.
Daniel, can you give me some things from the shop? I've got to go and pick up Megan.
Is this enough?
Yeah, go on.
Switch and save now with Sainsbury's Basics diced beef. Different cuts, but just as tasty.
Mum got you doing the shopping?
Yeah.
She'll have you cooking it next.
Oi, any change? Come on, hand it over. Nice try.
Not supposed to mix whites and colours? With Colour Catcher, watch me. My husband's favourite shirt, my daughter's bear, and my expensive dress. Colour Catcher absorbs the colours that run. The proof is on the sheet. Look. Colour Catcher. Fewer washes, fewer worries. And for stained clothes, try Colour Catcher and Oxy Stain Removal.
Vitamins can be helpful sometimes.
I find vitamins so confusing.
But not everyone likes taking them.
If I don't like them, I won't eat them.
Luckily, with Bassett Soft and Chewy, taking vitamins every day is easy. Bassett Soft and Chewy. Taking vitamins doesn't have to be hard.
I say, old bean, do you know where I can find a totally spiffing greetings card?
Oh, yes. Moonpig offers a mind-boggling choice of cards.
Who did you say?
Moonpig! Choose from thousands of your favourite designs for every occasion. Then personalise your card by changing the name, the text and the greeting. Order by 2 p.m. and your card will be sent out the same day by first-class post. Add some Moonpig magic to a special occasion. Moonpig.com.
Save up to half price at the Harvey's Winter Sale, plus an extra 10% off throughout the store. Only $2.99 for this sofa with 2 recliners. There's up to 4 years free credit with no deposit. Just $3.99 for this elegant table and 6 chairs. Everything's reduced, plus an extra 10% off throughout the store. Only $2.99 for this huge wardrobe. Hurry, many offers end Friday 8 p.m. Harvey's, bringing your home to life.
Clubland presents the Essential Workout DVD with killer dance routines and the fiercest tunes. Come on, let's work it out. DVD out now.
Half price on kitchen units. No. Half price on all kitchen units, all bathrooms and installation. In the B&Q sale, there's half price on all kitchen units, all bathrooms and installation. Plus, until the 8th of January, there's up to 2 years interest-free credit. Let's do it. Let's B&Q it.
Raw, painful sore throat. Give it something you can feel working. Cavonia Sore Throat Spray with Clout, part of the Cavonia range.
Welcome to my super body workout.
Fantastic routines designed to work out your whole body. Davina's Super Body Workout, out now on DVD.
If this bitter winter weather is getting you down, it is heavy, isn't it? There's a dose of sunshine coming up right now.
Yep, Priya Corjo has travelled to Italy to take in the stunning sights of the Amalfi Coast.
On the far side of the Bay of Naples, and as opposite from that hectic city as you can get, is a town that's been attracting tourists since the 4th century BC. We're in Sorrento.
Sorrento is resolutely a resort town. The Romans built their holiday villas here, and it was firmly on the route of the grand tourists, who are like 18th century upper-class backpackers.
Brits have been coming here since the 1940s, when it was used as a place for soldiers to recuperate, and it's been popular ever since.
Probably because despite centuries of tourism, it's still very Italian and very cool. One of the draws is undoubtedly the jaw-dropping coastline.
The Amalfi Coast has some absolutely breathtaking scenery, particularly along the road to Positano. To do that journey, though, I'm going to need some wheels.
Well, that's a stroke of luck, isn't it? The Amalfi Drive is a stunning series of hair-raising bends high above the sea. My own personal roller coaster ride ends after an hour or so at a lookout above a town that seems to be glued to the sheer rocks, Positano.
Positano's got some of the best hotels in Italy. They're all built into the cliffside, which means that their vistas are amazing. It also means that there are a lot of steps in this town, great for your bum and your legs, but you might want to rethink the heels.
After a bit of legwork, it's a relief that Positano, unlike Sorrento, has a couple of beaches to relax on. But it's a town away from the sea's edge that's really grabbed the attention of the world's rich and famous.
Once upon a time, Ravello used to be the place where the Romans would come to hide out. Now, though, there are loads of lovely villas here, and it's a place where the wealthy escape from the heat at sea level. To be honest, it's little more than a village, but a village with a killer selling point. It's got the best view on the coast. We
travel to Italy with Thompson. A week's stay in 4-star accommodation costs from £485 per person on a half-board basis and includes flights and transfers. Price based on departure from London Gatwick in May 2009. Accommodation at the Hotel Parco del Sol. Day coach tours along the Amalfi Coast cost €35 for adults and €28 for children. Other tour operators offering holidays in Italy are Thomas Cook and Citalia. Wedding packages start from £539.
Who was that bloke in that thing with Priya there, just wandering around the Amalfi Coast at the beginning? We'll find out.
OK.
All the great escapes on our website, GM.TV. It's got a pause button. We'll find out more.
He's probably got an agent, don't worry. OK, the main headlines you're waking up to this morning, and a new government advertising campaign is being launched today to stop millions more children from becoming obese. Experts say by 2050, 90% of today's children will be overweight unless something is done.
Israeli forces are massing along the Gaza border this morning, with military leaders declaring themselves ready to launch a ground invasion.
And today's weather, patchy rain and snow across eastern parts will peter out this morning, leaving most parts bright with some sunshine. Temperatures will reach 5 Celsius, that's 41 degrees Fahrenheit, in parts of the south and west.
OK, did you make a New Year's resolution?
Well, before you bin the Christmas chocolate or buy that exercise bike in the sales, and stop, for goodness sake. New Year's resolutions are bad for your health, according to new research out from the mental health charity Mind. They say that setting unrealistic targets can do more harm than good. So we want to see what some of you have done about resolutions this year.
I've got to stop nagging the wife.
I'm going to get fit, and lose some weight and have a healthier life.
New Year's resolution to be lovely to each other for the whole year.
Well, it's normally non-smoking, but whether or not I can do it, I don't know. I'm going to have a go.
I couldn't think of one because I know I won't keep them, so I'm very naughty.
Did you make any last year?
No, so I didn't have to keep any.
I often make New Year's resolutions, but I only stick to them for about 2 months.
Win the lottery. And we'll treat you. Okay, bye.
Well, there you go. We're joined now by comedian Jenny Eclair. Now, we've had loads of emails on this one. Lots of people rather fed up with the whole business of resolutions. James in County Durham says, I went on a diet at midnight, January the 1st. By 8 p.m, I'd had to take away a pint and a bar of chocolate. Sarah in the Wirral says, I was all set to start a diet this year until my skinny friend brought me a box of Krispy Kreme donuts yesterday, and I just gave up. I mean, this is the sort of
evil
point.
skinny friend.
There's always one. We've all got one. I mean, that's the point that Mind is making, isn't it? That really, we very often say, right, we're going to change the world and ourselves along with it, then get terribly
Yes,
depressed
but
you've
got to have a go, haven't you? Otherwise, we all are. I mean, there was just that report just seconds ago saying that 90% of our children are going to be obese. Yeah. I mean, we're all in danger of turning into sort of half man, half duvet, you know. So I do think it's not bad to have an annual kick up the backside where you go, do you know, I'm going to get a grip. For me, I don't think you should set yourself stupidly unrealistic targets, and I don't think you should spend money. I think that's where it gets silly. When you buy an exercise bike or you join a very expensive gym and all that sort of thing, and then you hate yourself and you're skint as well, that's bad. But I do think, you know, we mustn't be wet about this. There's too much wetness around, and now and again, we just have to say, right, I'm taking myself in hand. For me, I did give up smoking. I gave up smoking nearly 3 years ago. And I've become enormously fat as a...
No, you haven't.
No, but I've lost control of my upper arms. So I'm going to home in on the upper arm area.
So you succeeded in giving up smoking?
Yes.
And you're now tackling the issue of
yes, because I have got elephantitis from the elbow upwards.
You haven't stopped it.
A slight case.
You haven't.
The other things, I think you can sort of do things that you're going to enjoy. My biggest New Year's resolution is to become more charming.
Right. You're doing awfully well so far.
Absolutely impossible. But by which I mean I'm going to pretend to be interested in other people.
Oh, that's
right. You know, I think the fact you've just said pretend is another great start.
But you know when you sort of go to parties and you actually make an effort. Yeah. And I went to I started on New Year's Eve, and I went to a party and I actually asked people, what do you do?
And then I listened. Was it better for it?
Well, I was kind of counting in my head. 1, 2.
They've got 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to launch in.
And if they haven't fascinated by that, and then, you know, did backfire slightly on me. So I said to this woman, what do you do for a living? She told me, and I was very good, very listening, nodding, saying, all right. And then she said, what do you do for a living? And there was a bit of me that thought, I've been in this business for 25 years, she doesn't know. And that's when I started drinking. So that's when that resolution kind of hit.
The ego is so strong.
Such a fragile thing.
Yes.
But you see, you've obviously got the right attitude, because what you're talking about is a decision in your mind, isn't it? I mean, some of the ones that we've loved this morning, the ones that are very positive, people saying, you know, Debbie, I'm a chocoholic, I accept that, but I've decided I'm only going to eat chocolate on a Sunday, not every day. So she's being realistic. She's not going into sort of a crazy self-denial.
And I think the other thing she should do is say, I am going to eat only the best chocolate.
Right.
The finest
so
chocolate.
something that's a treat for yourself.
Yes.
Is that the secret? So go on then, give us your... You've obviously had a lot of success, you're very charming and you're a non-smoker. So how are you...
But terribly fat from the elbow up.
Stop it, you're really not, and you're making everybody else out there feel paranoid.
Good, if I'm feeling paranoid, they should too.
Share the misery, darling. That's the New Year's resolution.
I mean, what's your tips for sticking to them? And how should we mentally prepare ourselves?
Well, I think the thing is that, you know, the country, particularly our country at the moment, seems to divide into half us beating ourselves up all the time, and the other half of the country just blaming everybody else. I think we've all got to get a little bit sensible. OK, so, you know, you cut down your chocolate, you have the best chocolates in the world. I'm going, because we're all skint. I mean, there is the credit crunch. We've got to own up to so make soup.
Now, very good.
Now, this is another one of my New Year's resolutions, is to hone my soup-making skills.
OK.
They're already pretty good. My carrot and coriander.
Can I just say, I really hope I don't mean you at a party.
Yeah. Because she's not listening, really.
She's not listening.
And
she's going to tell me about soup.
Yeah, it's all about me.
Sorry.
It's all about me and my soup.
I promise to be less dull this year.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. We can do lots of practical things.
Debbie from Ruislip, it is to make one person smile or laugh each day, and you do that all the time.
So you've
thank
scored a
you very
hit
much.
already.
But quite the other people going, no, get her off.
Yeah, what is
true.
this?
Not true.
Thank you, Jen.
All right,
Speak
your
to you later
pleasure.
on. Speak to you later on.
OK, let us know if you've stuck to resolutions by texting us on 67890. Tell us what you think of Jenny's ideas as well. Those texts cost 25 pence plus a standard network charge. Has she really got fat arms? gm.tv/terms.
Pretending to be interested. I absolutely love that one. Right, after 8 o'clock this morning, meeting the actress playing Linda Lepant's new detective. Big role for Kelly Riley. She's in just before 9 o'clock this morning to tell us about that.
And after the break, a couple of familiar faces on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire this weekend.
Who's that one? Who's that one on the right there? I've never...
She's gorgeous.
She's very smart. Competition time there now. You could be £5,000 richer if you can guess the famous namesake of the person Cheggers is meeting today, and here are the details.
The name's Cheggers, Keith Cheggers. I'm here with the girls who've got a massive...
£5,000.
We're playing the name game. Up this path lies a man who shares his name with a really big famous film star. Can you guess who it is? Hello, sir. Come out here. OK, give me your clues. Clue number 1.
I was created by Ian Fleming.
Clue number 2.
I get my clothes tailor-made.
And clue number 3.
I like my drink shaken, but not stirred.
He's been played by Pierce Brosnan, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig. Who could it possibly be? Your chance to win £5,000. Here come the details.
This fictional character is also known as 007. Is it A, Simon Templar, B, Jason Bourne, C, James Bond? To enter, call 090 49 59 6000. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher and from mobiles considerably more. Or you can enter by text. Just text your answer A, B or C to 64499. Text costs £1 plus one standard network rate message. All entrants must be 18 or over and lines close at midday today. Free entry at gm.tv closes in no less than 3 working days. Entries made after closing time won't be counted but may still be charged. You'll find competition terms and conditions plus winners at gm.tv/terms.
New Special K bars with 50% more fruit and 90 calories per bar. Now it's easier to beat temptation.
Losing Losing weight has never been easier or so much fun thanks to Celebrity Slim, the new meal replacement programme that swept Australia. Just replace 2 meals a day with a tasty shake, bar or soup. There's lots of flavours to choose from. Have a healthy meal and even snacks if you feel peckish. You'll see results in weeks with Celebrity Slim, so go on, give yourself a shake.
So fast you'll have to run.
Now available only at Roland's Pharmacy.
The Magic Tablecloth from JML, now with £5 off. It helps prevent stains by allowing liquids to bead on the surface. Just look at this. The special Spill Guard formula coats the fabric, forming an invisible barrier that helps stop those awkward stains. And it feels and drapes just like a luxury tablecloth. Juice, red wine, cola, paint, tough stains which the Magic Tablecloth helps make easy to remove. And now with an amazing £5 off at just £9.99. That's the Pan Stretcher, Robert Dias, Wilkinson and JMLdirect.com.
I'm Camilla, and together we're going to be dancing off the inches.
Dance off the inches with Strictly Come Dancing champion Camilla Dannerup. Get fit the Strictly way. Woman's Own say Strictly one of the best. Kickstart this new year with a new you. Dance off the inches on DVD now.
Don't know when I felt this free. When did we last do this?
Crikey. I remember his first steps.
Last time I was this covered in mud, I got told off.
She always did make friends easily. When was the last time you heard that?
I don't hear anything.
Exactly.
To book or for your free DVD and brochure, call 0844 249 2020.
Imagine your life without glasses or lenses from 395. Have our best laser eye treatment in the next month and pay nothing till 2010. Then take 2 years interest-free credit. Your consultation with a specialist is free. Fixed prices include lifetime aftercare. Have our best treatment and pay nothing till 2010. Then take 2 years interest-free credit. And you could be back at work the next day. Treatment from 395. For your free information pack, call 0845 688 9533 now. Live life to the max. Optimax.
Every year, we make it possible for over 2 million people to share a fun family holiday. A lot of holiday from as little as £9.50 with the Sun. Offer starts Saturday.
Welcome to my Super Body Workout.
Fantastic routines designed to work out your whole body. Davina's Super Body Workout, out now on DVD.
He's been away for 10 years.
And I'm back.
Back to save a nation from obesity.
Give me a hook. Give me a hook. Give me a hook.
Come on, get motivated with the man himself.
Hey gang, I'm Mr. Motivator. Join me next year on GMTV.
For more details, log on to gm.tv.
Talking Telly is brought to you by Lotus Albus Tissues. Crush the tissue. Release the vapours.
7:55 is the time. Let's talk telly. Jo Parkinson is here with her pick of the weekend shows. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
You look very nice today.
Thank you very much.
So. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you
what's
too.
going on with the telly? What's happening?
Well, first of all, should we talk about the big story that's in the newspapers
Yes.
this morning? Apparently, the credit crunch has hit Corrie. The Daily Star is saying that some of the Street's veteran stars are going to be axed to save the bosses £500,000 from their salary bill.
Okay.
The names being mentioned, you've got Betty Driver, who's Betty Williams, famous for her Rover's Hot Pot.
This goes back a while.
Also Barbara Knox, who's the shopkeeper, Rita Sullivan. She's
Yes.
been in it for years too. And Eileen Derbyshire, who plays the very meek and mild Emily Bishop.
Yeah.
But we had some insider info this morning on GMTV.
Yeah.
Her son Oliver Holt was on the sofa talking sport.
Yes.
And he says that he has heard nothing about these rumours.
She was down staying with us until a couple of days ago, down for Christmas. I obviously had Christmas dinners with her and my dad, and she didn't mention a thing to me.
Good journalist.
There we go. The Daily Star also says that a senior source has told them that 3 of the other older members of cast have been saved. Bill Tarmy, Jack Duckworth. I mean, how can you get rid of Jack Duckworth?
It's impossible. Institution.
Exactly. Anne Kirkbride, Deirdre Barlow and her husband Ken Barlow, who of course is played by Bill Roach. They've been saved from the chop, but apparently have been given the option to leave if they want to. Now, these are all, you know, rumours.
But you've always got that option. It's not actually a prison, is it?
Exactly. You've got the option to leave if you want to. Maybe they're, you know, the hint is there that they're sort of, you know, being sort of pushed and they can decide whether to jump or not.
And 2 of our own on Millionaire.
Yes, tomorrow night, Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, some 2 very familiar faces. Dr. Hilary Jones and Andrea McLean are teaming up together to play and win money, or hopefully win money, for their chosen charities. Here we are. Here's a little clip of them in action.
I was on the Steve Wright show the other day.
Okay.
People asked for Razorline, America.
Okay.
I think. My memory's not as good as it used to be.
Oh. Was it the Stereophonics Australia?
It was America.
Was it America? Okay. Well, I'm not sure.
There's a bit of the neurosurgeon in me saying don't do anything unless you're sure.
Yeah.
Because it could kill the patient.
Yes.
Yes, that's reassuring.
Wise words.
Glad to know that is his attitude when he's in surgery.
Be careful.
I mean, I don't know. I would have thought
friend.
that was obvious, the answer to that question, but that's maybe because I'm a bit of a fan of Razorline.
You're quite young and cool as well, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Hip and with it. And with us later on as well, I think.
Yes,
yeah?
I am back,
Okay, so
back after 9 talking movies.
Thanks, Joe.
Should we get the weather now? Here's Claire.
GMTV weather, sponsored by Nestle whole grain cereals. Keep your heart healthy every day.
Hello there. I'm in central London this morning. It's freezing cold. It's the 2nd of January. And the first week of January is likely to be very cold indeed. This cold weather extends into the middle part of next week. Now, today we're seeing some frosty conditions, also some ice on untreated roads, particularly across Wales as well as the West Midlands. There's a weak weather front to the northeast of Scotland, which is sinking its way southwards, bringing with it some patchy rain, sleet and also some snow over the high ground. It's a wintry mix, never really amounting to very much, and it will fizzle out as it heads towards the northwest of England, down towards the Midlands as well as Wales. Now, behind it, the cloud will break up. That's good news for Northern Ireland and Scotland this morning. We should see some sunny spells, and that sunshine extends down, particularly across the eastern side of the country, down towards the southeast and East Anglia, as well as the East Midlands. In fact, the West Country could see some brighter skies as well. For Wales and the West Midlands, I think here you are likely to see that cloud sort of just tending to linger on as we head through to the evening. Top temperatures today then at the very best 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. It's going to be even colder tonight. Temperatures could dip as low as -6 Celsius. So waking up to the first weekend in 2009, it's going to be a very cold one, a very frosty one, but it will be bright and dry. Most of us seeing some good spells of sunshine through the day, but that won't help the temperatures very much, coming in at around, I'd say, 0 to 2 degrees Celsius. Come Sunday, another frosty start for many of you, although there will be more cloud across Scotland and Northern Ireland with some outbreaks of mostly light rain. The sunshine remains in the south across England and Wales, and next week remaining cold until at least the middle part of the week. Here's your summary. Get the weekend outlook for your postcode on our website, gm.tv.
Good morning. Beating obesity. Will the government's plan to get the nation healthy work?
Recycling our waste, but is it really a waste of time?
And New Year's resolutions, are they bad for your health? That's what we're talking about on Friday, the 2nd of January, 2009. Good morning. You're watching GMTV today. It's 8 o'clock. Happy New Year.
New Year's resolutions, let's talk about them. They could do you more harm than good because setting yourself an unrealistic target can make you feel a failure. What do you think of that? Email us at gm.tv with any sort of quirky resolution you've got, and good luck with them.
And later this hour, meeting actress Kelly Riley, who stars in Linda LaPlante's new crime drama.
Tell you else we're going to meet a wonder dog, Jasmine there, having been abandoned herself. She's now become a foster mum to a whole menagerie. Look at that.
It is like a big Walt Disney film there.
It's
Lies
great.
there. It's
I know.
great fun.
Living mail by any chance? That
Yeah. OK, let's get the day's news now. Here's Marcella.
Thanks, Kate. Good morning. By the year 2050, 90% of today's children will be overweight or obese adults, a problem which is set to cost the nation £50 billion. Today, the government's launching a healthy living campaign to try to avert the crisis. Vanessa Cuddiford reports.
9 out of 10 of our kids would grow up to have dangerous amounts of fat build-up in their bodies.
A new advert to help kickstart a healthy new year for every family in the country. The campaign cost £8 million, but it's money well spent, says the government. The Change for Life campaign aims to revolutionise our lifestyles. Trained advisors will offer people information on nutrition and exercise.
The sad fact is that if we don't do something, our children are going to die earlier than we do, and no parent wants to see that.
Brands like Kellogg's, Cadbury's and Coca-Cola are all backing the campaign, putting across a healthy living message, but that gives off mixed messages, say critics, because these are just the kind of foods that we're supposed to be eating less.